Good morning. Let's do some junk journaling. This is out of hand. Okay, it is noon now. I took a little bit of an indulgent break to scrolling via my phone, and I had my, I guess, brunch at this point, and did a little bit of writing journaling instead of junk journaling. So let's get ready for the day. I need to take a quick shower and get dressed and do my face. And I know that you're probably catching glimpses of the house in a different state that you may have seen it if you've watched any of my previous studio vlogs. So you're gonna see right now that my bathroom is different. My bathroom is different, and that's because literally the next video you should have seen talks about how we were getting ready to do a home reno in March. It is June, by the way. And while I'm getting ready, I can talk to you guys about why you haven't been seeing videos, why I've been away. Real quick, let me take my shower and talk about what's been going on. Okay, so first of all, one of the reasons why you have not seen literally the last 5 videos that I have filmed is because my video hard drive, the hard drive that I keep all of my dedicated vlog files and assets and music and graphics. Literally everything you see when you see one of my videos was on a hard drive that failed. And I don't back up my stuff. So let this be a lesson to you to back up your files. And I sent them off to a company and paid an undisclosed amount of money to have them restored. And luckily, they said that they were salvageable after the second attempt. And I should be hearing any day now about getting them back. So, to kind of briefly summarize what you will see in these videos, most of them are convention vlogs. I think actually, 3 out of the 5 are event vlogs. And those kind of touch on what's been happening as it happens. But long story short, I had mentioned in one of the last vlogs that I had posted, one of the last studio vlogs, that we bought the house that we've been renting for the last 10 years. And one of the very first projects we did within the first month of closing was redo all of our floors. That took an entire week of our time. It disrupted every routine that I have built so hard this year. Spent so much time and effort building these routines. Totally out the window in a week. And I have not been able to recover since then. But while that was happening, Olive was also dealing with some eye issues that persisted for a couple of weeks and only got worse as all of this was happening. And if you've seen my stories on Instagram, you'll know that she lost her eye. That was literally right before SakuraCon, literally the day before I left. So that was a huge blow. And the disruption of everything that I worked hard to do early this year was disrupted. And I have been literally, I have a voice filter on. I have literally been traveling in some capacity almost the entire 2 months that this has been going on. I traveled for 5 conventions out of 6 that I've done since the last video you saw. And I actually, because I'm so backlogged on videos, I did not film the last 2. And I'll talk more about that later. But all that to say, make sure you have hard drive backups. Make sure you are not keeping your hard drives plugged in all the time. I think I had a faulty USB splitter, and that's what killed my, my hard drive. I don't know what else to tell you about any of that, but yeah, lessons learned. And yeah, so we have been slowly doing things to the house, and I have been doing so many conventions, and there's so many more on the books. It's been a very busy year, and it has not been going the way that I thought it would. I see one of the last studio vlogs that I put up before everything happened, and I look back at it now, and I'm like, so naive. So very naive. But yeah, so I am just trying to get back on track, but I'm also trying to get back into the swing of things whether I have these videos or not. So that's why this video is happening, because I need to just get back into the habit, and I've had to really fight myself and release the expectation that everything on my channel has to be in chronological order, because it doesn't matter. The story is going to get told one way or another. You are going to see the things that I want you to see, whether they are in order or not, and I have made my peace with it. Okay, I had to cut my get ready with me short because I was rambling and I felt like it was a little redundant. Now that I have finished up a stint of 3 back-to-back-to-back events, I am on a blessed 2-month break from events. Obviously, that's a scary thing to have in this economy. So what I am going to be doing, which is something that I haven't done literally since 2024, is have a shop update on Lay Spirit Designs. I know I technically had one, kind of. I didn't really even talk about it as a shop update when I did the virtual artist alley in March. So I figured now's a good time to introduce all the new merch that I've had for the last couple of months at conventions, and to get started on some of the other merch that I have had ideas for now and in the back of my head for a little while. But I don't want to just throw myself into this because that never goes very well. So my shop update is going to be on June 17th. And one of the other things that I need to be doing to hype people up for it and get ready for it is get back into sending newsletters. I have also not sent a Lay Spirit newsletter since December of 2024. Terrible, terrible. Do not ever be like me if you're a business owner. That is the worst thing that you could do, is just go silent on the one outlet of connecting with your literal customers. It's bad. It's so bad. So I am trying to get back into that and make it even better for myself than ever. And the timing is perfect because this week's sponsor is Omnisend. So because I already had an established email newsletter set up, I decided to import my entire audience over into Omnisend to just start fresh, basically. Well, fresh with a healthy number of email subscribers, which I still don't feel is real. I didn't realize I had over 1,000 of you. I imported over all of my actual people who are actually subscribed. And yeah, I'm a little taken aback by how many of you there are, but I wanted to do this quietly at first. So I wanted to set up a test email, and to do that, I wanted to reach just a certain amount of my subscribers. So after I imported my audience, I made a segment, which I've never done before. It gives you all of these different instances where you can create these segments. So because it had been over 1.5 years that I had even sent an email newsletter, I wanted to make sure I was only reaching the people who would actually want to see it. So I set up that they were subscribed to my newsletter and had placed at least one order in the last, I had to do 30 months because it was so long. And that, I think it was, you can change it to or clicked a message at least one time in the last 30 months. And then this one you can change to or and, so that changes both of them. I didn't play with that, I just did it as it was. So this made a list of subscribers who were subscribed to the newsletter, who had placed at least one order in the last 30 months, or had clicked or opened an email that I sent at least one time in the last 30 months, or opened a message at least 3 times in the last 30 months. And of that 1,108 subscribers, I narrowed it down to a contact list of 21. So thank you to those 21 people who have done any of those things. But that just shows you that I have a lot of work to do. So I sent a test email to them, basically giving them literally, they were the very first ones to see that I was doing a shop update. And I was able to just build it from a template because it felt a little overwhelming to start from scratch right now, but you can start from scratch if you're building out a template for yourself if you want them to look cohesive every time you send an email newsletter. So I sent this on June 5th, and it was sent to 21 people, and 23% of them opened it. That was 5 people. And 2 of those people clicked in the email, which was 9.5%. So very small numbers, but the fact that I can see those numbers is really cool. And if I click on the ad test, it'll give me all of these breakdowns. So I could go in here and see exactly who opened the emails and stuff, but I'm not going to do that and show you the contacts. And you see a 24-hour performance of opens is dark green and clicks are light green. And then it even gives you where they were searching or where they were opening their emails from, and then what type of device they were using. If this were a successful email, this could be way more interesting. So you can also even go in to see what products they would have ordered if they did. The link activity was really cool. Okay, so it'll show you what links they clicked on, because I had a couple of different ones in there and they just clicked on my main website, probably to see what the website looks like now. And then something that's really cool that Omnisend does is it lets you toggle on or off a booster of your email. So within a set amount of time from the initial send of that email, you can boost it and send it out to the people who did not open it the first time. So yesterday, on Sunday the 7th, it sent out to 16 people who did not open the email initially. Unfortunately, none of them actually opened it or clicked on anything, so that was kind of also an unsuccessful booster. But the potential is there. I'm not quite starting from scratch, but I'm basically starting from scratch. So I'm not expecting huge results, but if I can send out the 8th, let's look at an actual calendar that you guys can see too. So today is the 8th, and I want to have my newsletter my shop update go out on the 17th. So these guys were a very tiny, tiny fraction of my full subscriber list. And I am going to hopefully by Wednesday the 10th send out a full subscriber list newsletter to basically say, hey, this is what's coming. There's stuff in there now that if you wanted to shop now, and then maybe send one more email. I'm gonna send out another one on the 10th to everybody, and I'll probably send out a second email on the 16th as like a 24-hour reminder. And then when the shop update goes live, I'll send out a newsletter as well on the 17th. So that's 3 emails that I plan to be sending to all 1,108 current subscribers. So yeah, and I am hoping now that I'm in with Omnisend and I have my entire subscriber list imported over, I really want to take better care of nurturing my subscribers. And there's so many different ways that I can do that. They have SMS, which is text message marketing, and you can opt in or out of that as well. But they have an incredible starting price of a fraction of a penny. It's 0.007 cents basically to send one text message. So if you have 1,000, let's see, I don't know how to do math without a calculator. So I have that many subscribers times 0.007. It would cost me not even $10 to send a text message to all of those people if they have opted in to text message marketing. There's that, and there are automations that I can use to set up automatic emails depending on different segments or different like customer health or not health. How do I talk about this? It's hard to describe email things to people who don't usually deal with emails. I was trying to explain this to Ryan and he just was like, huh? There's just an endless amount of ways that I can reach an audience that is intentionally here with me through email. And that is so exciting to me. And I can even send out forms. And I've barely even scratched the surface on this, but I'm excited to bring you guys along with like my deep dive into email marketing. So definitely be sure to check out, there's a QR code here, or you can check out the link in my description below to get started with Omnisend. And I also have a link down in the description if you want to join my Lay Spirit Designs newsletter to see all of this stuff firsthand and get not even early access, but like it's definitely something that like I don't know how often I'll be posting to Instagram, or obviously like if I'm sticking to a weekly YouTube schedule, you guys will be getting probably delayed information, but my newsletter, people, like that's going directly to you. There's no algorithms involved. So if you want to hear from me for sure without an algorithm messing it up, definitely subscribe to the newsletter. And thank you so much to Omnisend for sponsoring today's video. Okay, it is after my lunch break now. And I did a little bit of house chores that I didn't care to film. So since I'm doing this shop update in slightly more than a week from the time of filming this, I want to put together a little project tracker for it just so I don't get ahead of myself, because while most of the products that I have for it already exist, I just need to make listings for, there are a small number of items that I do want to still create. So I'm going to just quickly do that, and then I have some spooky stickers orders to do cut files of, and then I have some inventory to do from Artsy Tea Club from the weekend. So let's just do some quiet co-working. What is it, June? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 new stickers. Alright, so I made myself, I'll show you my page, my project tracker. So that one's pretty much done. It never really actually happened, but most of the tasks got completed or moved over to here. So my backlog is marketing materials, which is not necessarily a priority, but it is becoming one very quickly because even though I'm out of thank you cards, which that should be a little higher, I do still have some business cards left, and I'm trying to get through them all before I move on to new ones. And the bags are on here mostly for upcoming conventions. I don't want them to fall off of my radar. And I'm almost out of, actually I'm beyond out of keychain backing cards, so I do need to order some more of those. On deck, I have all of my product listing photos and listings to make, which is listed out here. And then I've also included Etsy listings because I'm trying to think of like every single little thing. And also a couple of these things are scattered between in progress and on deck, but my number of emails that I want to send out for announcing the shop update. I also have social media posts and ideas for all of the posts showcasing all of the new products and some of the other ones that already exist in various ways. And then my in progress is stuff that needs to get done the soonest, which is hopefully by the end of this week. My first email that I'll send on Wednesday. And then all the new products, and of course newsletters is listed down here. All the new products I'm hoping to make, which is a variety of Iron Lung and Project Hail Mary stuff. I have a key-free sticker that I want to add so that there's 3 stickers total for Witch Hat stuff, so you can get the bundle deal if you only wanted Witch Hat stuff. And then I have some freebie things that I want to make as well, which is all orders will come with a freebie mini sticker sheet. And then the first 20 orders will get a free vinyl sticker. And then also the first $20 or 20 orders over $50 will get a freebie keychain. I don't know what those are going to look like yet, but they're on my agenda to get done this week. So I've got quite a bit going on here, and it looks like a bigger list than it is. Most of it is just me listing out every tiny little thing so I don't have to think about it later. So that got done. So now let's do my sticker proofs. Okay, sticker proofs took way longer than I expected, so I'm going to save doing my inventory from RCT Club for tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow. Hi, it's Tuesday afternoon, actually. And don't mind the fact that I'm still in my pajamas and I genuinely haven't even washed my face. I spent the morning just crashing out a little bit because, oh, I put it away. The Sony camera that I usually film my vlogs on broke in a way that is a major inconvenience, but not unfixable, but an expensive fix, it seems. I'm not sure. I did brief research. I called a local place and they said that they don't do repairs. They send out to the manufacturer and it takes multiple weeks, if not months, to even get a quote. And I imagine by that point it would make more sense to buy a whole new camera. Long story short, the section where you insert the SD card into won't like lock it into place. Like usually you can hear a little click when it locks in and it doesn't fall out. And both SD cards that I've tried will not lock into place. Therefore, it will not hold an SD card. Therefore, I cannot film on it. So we're on my iPhone and that doesn't have my nice shotgun speaker on it, or my shotgun mic on it, and I hate the quality of it. And if you saw my Instagram story, then you know that like this makes me low-key want to throw in the towel because all of these things keep happening that are directly affecting my ability to create YouTube videos. But I'm being a little bit of a baby about it, and obviously I still have the means to film. Sorry if it's noisy in here. I am a little bit self-conscious that the hardwood floors are now causing a bit of an echo, but I'm also printing sticker orders in the background. Anyway, the goal today is to do the inventory from RCT Club. The first step of that requires me to use my phone, so I can't vlog it. But then I'm gonna go through and count all the products. This usually takes me a little while. But I have to do that to be able to use the products that are part of the inventory so that I can make the first social media post about the shop update, which I'm very excited about. I have a very cute idea. And I imagine by the time this is up, you will have already seen it, hopefully, and if not, this is what the post looks like. So let's get to work.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go.